there is this notion about dark skin tone not needing to use the sunscreen because of the melanin on their skin, because the melanin helps to protect them from the sun. Well, that is totally and completely wrong. Hello everyone, and welcome back again to my YouTube channel. So today's video is basically going to be about sunscreen for dark skin. Yes, so I know people of a dark skin tone find it difficult getting the sunscreen for their skin tone, because most of the sunscreens that they get tend to always leave them with a white cast, and they find it difficult to pick correct sunscreens for their skin tone. Well, I'm going to be sharing with you guys also in this video sunscreens for dark skin tone. So this video is a full packed video for people with dark skin tone looking for the perfect sunscreen for their skin tone. So now when it comes to sunscreens are like, what sunscreen is the most important step in any and in every morning skincare routine. It is very important you actually include a sunscreen in your morning skincare routine, because you see the sun, it can actually damage the other the other steps in your skincare routine that you just finished doing. Because it's better for you not to even partake in any step in your skincare routine and skip a sunscreen. If you know you're going to skip a sunscreen, then rather skip the sunscreen, skip using the sunscreen, then do not even partake in any other step in your skincare routine. Yes, do not do that, because if you skip a sunscreen, your skincare products or those things that you've used earlier would not work for you. They would not work for you. They're just going to, the sun is going to damage everything. So it is very important to incorporate sunscreens in your skincare routine, in your morning skincare routine. It is very, very important. And another thing again you need to know is that some of these ingredients in your other skincare products that you've applied earlier could actually be sensitive to the sun, so they don't like the sun. They actually tend to get sensitive when they have encounter with sunlight, like you have your retinol, your niacinamide. These products, these skincare ingredients don't go so well with the sun. So it is best that you actually apply a sunscreen if you know you are going to be going out, or rather you're going to be applying these skincare products on your skin, these skincare ingredients on your skin. You need to actually use a sunscreen. It is very, very, very important. So what you need to know is that if you do not apply sunscreen on your skin, what are the dangers of not applying sunscreen in the morning, in your morning skincare routine, not including sunscreen in it, is that the sun can cause you to have sunburn. It could cause you to get skin cancer. It could also cause you to get hyperpigmentation. So most people that suffer from hyperpigmentation and they're still not applying sunscreens, what are you doing? What are you doing? So the thing about this is, irrespective of your skin tone, of your skin concern, of your age, everyone needs a sunscreen. All need a sunscreen. Okay, it is very important. And if you do not apply sunscreen, the sun can also make you age prematurely. If you notice it, most people tend to start aging more than how they're supposed to age. It's not because they are lacking something in their diet. It's because they tend to spend much time in the sun and they do not apply sunscreens, and this sun can actually damage their skin. Now, another thing again that you need to know about sunscreens is that when getting a sunscreen, you need to get a sunscreen that is broad spectrum, a sunscreen that has both UV and UVB protection. It is very, 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 very important you get a sunscreen that has both UV and UVB protection. And it's also very good to get a sunscreen that has nothing less than SPF 30. If you know that sunscreen is less than SPF 30, that sunscreen is not going to do anything for you, honestly. So it's from SPF 30 and above. It could be SPF 30, SPF 60, SPF 90, but let it not be anything less than SPF 30. Please, let it not be anything less than SPF 30. So some people feel like, oh, them always being inside, maybe in the daytime, they are indoors, don't need sunscreens, they don't need sunscreens. Well, that is wrong. So even if you are indoors, you also need a sunscreen. You also need to apply sunscreens even if you are indoors, because the sun rays can actually penetrate from your window into your house, or into your skin, and it could actually affect your skin too. So when it comes to different kinds of sunscreens, we have two major types of sunscreens. We have the chemical sunscreen and also the physical sunscreen, which is also known as the mineral sunscreen. So when it comes to the chemical sunscreens are sunscreens that are produced in the lab, like mixing of different ingredients in the lab to actually create the sunscreen, while for mineral sunscreens or for physical sunscreens, they are produced using natural ingredients. And an example of that is the zinc oxide. So if you watch this video to the end, I'm going to also be showing you guys the correct way of applying your sunscreen. Yes, I'm going to be telling you guys the correct way of applying your sunscreen. Now, the first sunscreen on my list that is perfect for people who have, or rather perfect for dark skin tone, is the Black Girl sunscreen. Now, this Black Girl sunscreen is specifically formulated for those of rather women of the darker skin tone, for black women. That is, in fact, that is the major reason why this sunscreen is was actually being formulated. So now this sunscreen is a chemical sunscreen, and it has so many SPFs from 30, SPFs ranging from 30, 60 and above. So this sunscreen is really perfect, and this sunscreen can also serve as a moisturizer. So if you want something that can serve as a moisturizer and also as a sunscreen, well, this sunscreen is perfect for you. And this sunscreen also leaves a matte finish. So if you're scared of your sunscreen always leaving a greasy feel on your face, well, this sunscreen actually has a matte finish. It's also lightweight and it absorbs quickly into the skin. Yes, I'm going to leave the picture of this sunscreen on the screen. I'm also going to leave the price for you guys to actually see it. Also guys, this sunscreen does not leave a white cast. It leaves 0 white cast, so you don't have to worry about leaving white cast. It leaves 0 white cast on the skin. So the second sunscreen on my list is the Biore UV sunscreen. Now this sunscreen is also a chemical sunscreen, and it is a Japanese sunscreen. This sunscreen has SPF 50, and this sunscreen also is suitable for people who have dry skin. So if you have dry skin and you're looking for a sunscreen you can use, well, this sunscreen is good for you. But people who have oily skin, I will not advise you using it, because it does leave somehow, it doesn't really dry matte. It leaves somewhat of like a greasy feel, but not so greasy, but it leaves somehow like a greasy feel on the skin. And this sunscreen doesn't leave a white cast, so if you feel like it doesn't leave a white cast, it is perfect. It doesn't leave a white cast. This sunscreen is also lightweight and it absorbs perfectly well into the skin, and it doesn't leave you with a sticky or a greasy feel at all. It doesn't at all. Now the next sunscreen on my list is the Elta MD. I don't know whether I'm getting the pronunciation correctly, but it's called the Elta MD. I'm going to leave a picture of it on the screen. Now this sunscreen is somewhat like a physical sunscreen, but it contains transparent zinc oxide. Now zinc oxide is an ingredient, a major ingredient in every good physical sunscreen. So it contains transparent zinc oxide. Now this transparent zinc oxide will not make your skin, will not help, in fact will make this sunscreen not to leave you with a white cast. So this sunscreen does not leave you with a white cast because of this transparent zinc oxide. So it doesn't leave your skin with a white cast. Now this sunscreen is suitable for people who have acne prone skin. So if you have an acne prone skin and you're looking for a perfect sunscreen, well, this sunscreen is perfect for you, because it's not going to clog your pores, because some sunscreens tend to clog the pores because of the greasy feel that it leaves after application. But this sunscreen doesn't leave a white cast, and it will not clog your pores, and it dries matte on the skin, so you don't have to worry, don't have to bother, and it absorbs quickly and gently into the skin. It doesn't leave a white cast. Forget that it's a physical sunscreen, but it does not leave a white cast at all. So if you have acne prone skin and you're looking for a sunscreen that will not clog your pores, well, this sunscreen is perfect. The next sunscreen on my list is the Supergoop sunscreen. Now this sunscreen is another good sunscreen, and it is perfect for people who have combination skin. Yes, and this sunscreen is a chemical sunscreen. It has different SPFs. It ranges from SPF 30 upwards. It doesn't leave you with the greasy feel. It absorbs into your skin. It's water resistant. It has UVA and UVB protection, so you don't have to worry about anything. Okay, now the next sunscreen on my list is a La Roche-Posay sunscreen. This sunscreen is a very popular sunscreen, and it is popular apart from the Black Girl sunscreen. This is another sunscreen I know that most dark skin people use. This is the La Roche-Posay sunscreen. Now this sunscreen is suitable for people who have sensitive skin, and it absorbs into your skin so well. Like this sunscreen does not even contain fragrance, and it's also non-comedogenic, so you don't have to worry if your skin is sensitive and your skin is oily and you're looking for something that is going to absorb into your skin, give you a matte finish. The last but not the least sunscreen is this new sunscreen that came out, which is called Uncover. Yes, Uncover sunscreen. This is the Uncover sunscreen, and Uncover sunscreen is a sunscreen that I would say has really been, I've been hearing so many good reviews about it, and this is a sunscreen that is on my list of sunscreens that I want to get. Yes, and this sunscreen is actually SPF 50. I have a friend who tried so many sunscreens. Either they left her with a white cast, or maybe they were so greasy for her skin, so she just decided to just get Uncover. And when she got Uncover, guys, she has really been using it, and she has been testifying like a whole lot about this Uncover sunscreen. Guys, this sunscreen is really good for people who have dark skin. Now, if this sunscreen was even formulated for people who are dark skinned, yeah, this sunscreen is formulated for our skin type, our skin tone, for people who are in Africa, for our weather. Like, yes, this sunscreen is really good for people who are of dark skin. Yes, so if you're of a dark skin tone and you're looking out for sunscreens to get, try and get any of these ones that I just mentioned, and you guys would enjoy it and appreciate it. And yes, the Uncover sunscreen is actually a chemical sunscreen. Yes, it's actually a chemical sunscreen. The only physical sunscreen I mentioned in this video is the Elta MD sunscreen. Yes, that's the only sunscreen that I know that it's physical, is a physical sunscreen that I actually mentioned in today's video. Okay, so you can actually try out any of these sunscreens I actually mentioned earlier, and you can actually leave your reviews on any of these sunscreens on the comment section for me to know how it actually works for your skin. Now, if you want to apply your sunscreens, please and please apply your sunscreens properly. Either you use the 2-finger rule or the 3-finger rule. Now, how it goes is that you apply it like this, you spread it on your 2 fingers or your 3 fingers, and you then apply it on your face, down to your neck, down to your chest, down to your hands. Do not forget it. Places that you know that are going to get exposed to the sunlight after you wear your clothes, you need to apply it in those areas, in those places. Please and please, guys, do not forget it. And yes, this is like, I've actually made a video on sunscreens before. I'm going to leave a link to that video on the description box if you want to like get to know more information about sunscreens. I spoke in length about sunscreens in that video, so you guys can actually check that video out if you haven't done that yet. I'm going to leave the link on the description box for you guys to check that video out. Okay, now I hope you guys enjoyed my video. Just also subscribe to my channel, like my video, share, and also leave your comment, and let me know in the comment section, guys. Let me know like different sunscreens you've tried out on your dark skin tone that worked out, and the ones that did not work out too. And let me also know if you've used any of the sunscreens I mentioned in this video, and I'll really love that a lot. So guys, we're also done. I've come to the end of my video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. So till then, bye.